top 2, top 3 best catches and the worst one, or like top 1, the worst one and the best one.
Also regarding law enforcement, like maybe the best and worst experiences.
Okay.
You know,
I would say the best one is, it's one of the first ones I did. Well, probably within the first year. This guy we called at Meyer, his name was Michael Roberts, and he wore a, so you know what I'm talking about. He wore a SpongeBob shirt to the meetup, and it was one of my my most famous, like if you look on TikTok, it's probably like one of the most famous clips too. It's where he's in like the shoe section, because we always would have him meet there because it's like pretty quiet in the shoe section. And,
Nobody buys shoes.
it's pretty discreet. Yeah, it's Meyer.
you know, I never really realized that, but yeah, like in those department stores, the shoes are like people whispering.
Yeah. So he's walking around with like a box of shoes, and we find him, and I'm like, "How's it going, Michael? You here looking for the sex offender 11s?" He's like, "What? No, I'm looking for my friend." And he was like, "No," he said he's looking for his son. He was like, "Yeah, my son's somewhere around here. I'm just waiting for him." I was like, "Okay, well you'd be here to meet a 13-year-old girl or whatever." Right? And he was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And I start showing him the message, and he was like, "Oh no, my son sent that. You see, my son's on this app." So he immediately starts like throwing his imaginary son under the bus.
I watched it.
He was like, "No, I can go get him. He's somewhere around here." And I was like, "Okay, well, we can wait on that. But this will be your picture, right? And this will be a picture of your penis." And I was like, "Well, look." He's like, "That's mine, but he sent it, not me."
What the fuck? That doesn't help.
So
it's my son. He took fucking my
that
penis.
doesn't help anything.
And he's sending it to
I was
everybody.
like, "So let me get this straight, Michael. Your son got a picture of your penis." He's like, "Yes." How did he obtain this?
They talk themselves into a hole so easily.
It's so fucking stupid. Not my pants, not my wallet, and not my dick. Police officer, it's not mine.
It is his, but he didn't send it.
But
Yeah, that's right.
his son
Penis
stole
is
it.
mine,
See,
but I didn't send
You
it.
see, he had too much pride.
Oh God.
And then his wife is just like blowing his phone up. Like he left his wife to come pick up the child or whatever. Right? And he had like the default Android ringtone. The like that ringtone just plays in my head like constantly ever since then, because she was blowing him up for like 10 minutes, and he's like, I was like, "Oh, that's your wife. You should probably answer it." And
He didn't want to.
Did he?
Oh no, you did.
He did.
Yeah.
Did she find out what he was doing?
Oh yeah, we told her.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I fucking knew it. You sick bastard."
Dude, we got so much fucking shit when we what's the name of the fucking Martin, when we called Martin wife, and she was like, "I'm gonna fucking blah blah blah," and I'm blah blah. It just was this, and everybody, "You should have not notified the family." I was like, "Dude,
why not?
You have underage kids. You have a monster at home. Your wife, you should fucking know."
Yeah, he also had a daughter, so. But yeah, it's
so she said, "I fucking knew it."
Yeah, she said she knew it, and this is before we didn't call the cops on, because this is before we did that. Unfortunately, I now going back, I wish we would have.
Like I wish, yeah.
They ended up finding out anyway. Like the city of his police department, his city's police department found out, and they talked to him. But before we left, I just thought it'd be funny if we like made him do 13 push-ups, because the girl was 13 that he came to meet, and I was like, "Yeah, you can call the cops, or give us 13 push-ups and you can go." And then he starts doing them. And I'm
with
like looking.
SpongeBob?
Yeah, with the SpongeBob shirt. Yeah, he starts doing them. He's at like 5, and I look back at the camera. I was like, "I haven't been counting. Have you?" And we'll just start now.
It is started.
And then he ends up doing like 20, and I'm like, "Oh, that wasn't 13." He's like, "Come on, I did more than that."
Oh my God.
And yeah, he walked out, but I would say just his mannerisms and the way he reacted to everything was it's just comedy, really.
Comedy gold.
Yeah. And you guys should definitely watch the video when you get a second.
I remember that.
Rumble, so
what about the worst one?
The worst one.
And or worst law enforcement experience.
Okay. The worst law enforcement experience. I think that was when we were in Taylor, at the Walmart in Taylor. And we called this guy there, and he said he wanted us to go ahead and call the cops. I was like, you want us to let law enforcement know? He's like, yeah, just go ahead and let them know. And the cops came up there, and they were just like straight up just like they're just dicks, pretty much. And they ended up interrogating him, and I had the chat logs. It was just on my phone at this time. I didn't get to print them out, so the cop was looking at the chat logs and reading them out and everything. And then at the end, he was like, "All right, we're gonna probably arrest him, but I have to seize this device since it's where I saw the messages." And I was like, "Well, I have my burner phone too. The same messages are on that. If you need a phone, you can just take that one." He's like, no, I saw him on this one, so I had to take this one. And this was like my main phone, my personal phone.
Yeah.
And at the time, I had a job, like a work from home job, and I needed my my phone to get into my authenticator to log into the WorkSphere. So I couldn't work for like 3 days.
They don't need that. It's just a power play.
No.
They tried to do that to us in San Diego. It was the same shit.
Yep.
It's such horseshit.
And I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
But they were pretty much just like dicks in that regard.
So they confiscated your phone.
Yeah.
And 3 days later, did they call you to give you back, or you went to police station and you're like, dude, just give me my fucking phone?
Yeah, and I had to use my burner phone to call them. I couldn't even. I had
Oma
no
had
access to my contacts.
And he sued them and won when they took his cameras.
Yeah.
And they didn't even fucking touch nothing.
It's amazing how many people don't realize that evidence can be submitted electronically. Like, there's no reason.
And there's nothing on the cameras either. It's all on the SD card.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That almost happened to us in Texas. When we were about to leave to go head back to the airport, we thought we were done and all wrapped up, and the cops called us, and they were like, "You guys need to turn around and give us your cameras and everything as evidence of a crime or whatever."
Nope.
And
get a warrant.
And
Ain't gonna happen.
They're about to.
Let them.
Yeah, they're going to have a warrant out for our arrest if we didn't turn around.
Unbelievable.
But then Oma called his lawyer, and he talked to them a little bit. And they were just like, "Okay, actually, you guys are good."
Fucking bullshit.
So corrupt.
Yeah.
Any dangerous stories when I know you have a freaking special forces Kulik family.
I also was going to ask how you met Q and how you met the two of them and how they got involved. And well, I guess Q was involved from the beginning, but
yeah, how I met Q was I was into like competitive gaming a few years back. I was playing Mortal Kombat, and Q was always into like Street Fighter and a couple other games, but found out about this like local weekly event where they would host like tournaments and stuff like that, and Q was one of the people that I met there, and I found out he lived pretty close to me, so at some point we kind of started hanging out and playing video games together, and I found out he did a little bit of photography at the time, so a little bit of camera work, so I was trying to do the YouTube thing, so I was like, "Hey man, you want to help me with these YouTube videos?" And that's how me and Q met. And then Chester, his brother, he kind of just showed up.
Good. That's how Kulik's supposed to be. Showed up and like, "I'm here. What's up?
Yeah.
How can I help?"
Yeah,
he got involved.
Yeah, so he was in the military and all that. And,
what is your background, Chester?
So I did military. I also worked as a security guard, and I did some of that stuff in and outside of the military. So when my brother called me, he's like, "Hey, we're doing this stuff, and we're finding some bad guys." I was like, "Okay, sure, yeah, I can show up." So you'll see in the early videos, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Finally,
real amateur days.
You got equipped up with friggin' vests and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because we do more research. These guys are pretty bad.
Yeah.
So we try to make sure that we take it seriously. So now I'm always armed. I have bulletproof vest just in case. Because we recently found someone who had a firearm, but I also carry like pepper spray and whatnot. And then I'm trained in, a lot of different martial arts. I did karate, jeet kune do, Muay Thai. So I'm hand-to-hand I can deal with as well. So it's just mostly for Skeet and Q's protection. Yeah. But, I just try to de-escalate if need be.
Although you did slam someone into a table recently, right? Didn't you have a video?
It was a wall.
A wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a fucking wall. I just
wish it was
bread
the
in her
table.
face.
It was almost the table last night.
I would have gave him a raise if it was the table.
Oh my God. I actually remember first time seeing like your first videos and then noticed there is a fucking gigantic guy walking next to you when you do interrogation and blah, 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 wearing fucking shorts. And I was like, what is this? What is this fucking tourist guy? He's like, just passing by.
Yeah. I think the first video he appeared in was when we busted Royce, the the old man rocker.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The nugget.
Yeah, when you were carrying the chair into the target, because we always thought it'd be funny to like tell them to have a seat.
Yeah, have a seat, and you put a chair. Yep.
Yeah, and we brought a chair in.
That's
so
funny.
I remember that.
He's like, go and have a seat.
This is so good.